down, reunited with my boy Method Man.
Hello, what up, Marcy? What's happening? I've been good. It's been how long?
15 years.
15 freaking years.
It's been 15 years. I mean, the last time I saw you in Redmond, I was 23 in Hollywood. The first time was at the Hollywood Music Awards.
And you was grinding that.
Yes. And y'all was telling me.
Yeah.
It was you, RZA, Killer Priest, Ghost Killer.
It was a whole bunch of y'all. Yeah, the Black Knights was there, a few other people too. Absolutely.
Yes. But I made it my business. I was gonna get an interview. I was gonna get some work.
What's up, y'all? This is Method Man right here. Yo, this is 15 years in the making right here. I'm here with Bossie, and y'all already know what it is. The BossieCollective.com. Look for it.
What sits in my head over and over again, the fact that you come across people all the time asking for interviews. I'm sure it's people that you can't remember.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the fact that he remembered me meant everything to me.
Well, that was a hell of a night that night, if I remember. So, it was the moment of the night, as well as, you know, you came across as you was I never heard anybody come across the way you did. And then your name just solidified it. You was like, oh, I'm Bossie Marcy. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, she a boss. Don't play with this one.
And child, going back to that moment at 23.
Right.
Bossie Marcy was Bossie and Marcy at that time. And business meant standing on business.
All business.
Standing on
all business. Yes, Lord.
Yes. And so I really appreciate that because it's either you're going to be remembered or you won't be remembered.
Right.
And I'm just happy that
I'm pretty sure Doc will remember too. That's sweet. Yeah.
That was my boy.
He got a good memory. He ain't good with names.
Yes. So thank you for coming and having this sit down with me.
No worries.
Was popping it off, volume 1, Bossie Marcy in the middle one, Mega Man, let's get it. So I'm gonna go into the music.
Nice.
And all this week I've been just sitting up doing my homework and just everything's naturally flow to me. And what resonated in my spirit was from Shadowboxer. My third eye seen it coming before it happened.
My third eye seen it coming before it happened. You know about them stabbing kids, they smash.
And the reason why I can quote that is because my third eye saw it coming before it
manifested itself.
Exactly.
And put it in the universe.
Yes, in that discernment. So I kept on playing that song all week because it just resonated in my spirit.
Well, that whole freaking album, not to cut you off, that whole album is dope. I mean, Jilza did his numbers. That's a 5-mic album right there, you know? So just to be a part of it, that's dope. But for that line to resonate, I mean, yeah, the third eye is, you know what that is.
It's deep. That's extra deep. And for me, I was just like, and here it is in my life, me starting the Bossie Collective, because I've been talking about it for so long. I've been having the Bossie Collective on my Facebook page for probably like 7 years. I've been talking about the Bossie Collectives for like 8 to 9 years.
Let's get this thing right.
Okay, so you've been active since 1992?
93.
93. Yeah. So you've been active since 1993. Here recently, hip hop just celebrated 50 years.
I got 30 of those in, you know what I mean? It wasn't even 20 years old when I started rhyming, but that's dope. I mean, to think that a music that was basically an art form that was developed in the streets by kids that were our age at the time when we first ran into each other, maybe even younger. And it turned the world on its ear to the point where we're at a point now where hip hop sets all the trends. It's been doing that, but it's at an all-time high now. It sets all the trends with fashion, the way you talk, just everything. I mean, they had Taylor Swift swag surfing at a Kansas City Chiefs game, but we won't go into that.
Yes.
Just, the impact of hip hop, it can't be ignored, even though some have tried. It's just that powerful of a message coming from people that live that life.
It's a lifestyle.
Yes, it is.
Definitely.
Yes, it is.
Where do you see hip hop 50 years from now?
I
know that's
corporate as hell. You're always gonna have the same lane that rock and roll with. You know, you're gonna have your popular bands that, supersede all the rules and everything else that comes with music, and they just explode and people love them.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have those those underground dudes that start from the bottom, no corporations or any taint or any, not saying that the big guys aren't good, just saying that these guys' grind is a little different.
Right.
That bottom up grind is a lot different than that starting from the top.
Getting it out the mud.
Yeah, getting it out the mud. And it's always going to be those guys there, but they won't be as popular as the public's choice, so to speak.
I was just having the debate, and I don't want to get too deep in it, because when y'all see us on Facebook, you're gonna know exactly what I was talking about. But they were talking about hip hop, and I won't say the artist, but I'm like, that's not original hip hop. That's like this new day and age rap, and it's definitely a difference.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, rap, everybody can rap, but real hip hop, it was like real. It's like you telling a story.
Absolutely.
It was like you getting it out the mud. If you blow up, fine. If you make it big, great. But y'all did it because
and you telling your story.
You're telling your story.
For example, when Master P and them came out, we never heard that like that.
We grew up on P.
You know what I mean? And it was fresh. It was new. The music was dope, and P was a personality in himself. And what he brought with him was, this is what the hustle looked like in the game, from the bottom up. Then, even before that, it was Swisher House dudes and Rap-A-Lot and UGK and cats like that, you know? And even on the West Coast, you had Rodney O and Joe Cool. I think that was their names. If I got it wrong, whatever. But, you had... Everybody was making their mark.
They were.
To the point where now these artists can be way more comfortable in their skin when they walk inside these corporate offices. Because they've been there.
It's like the ones coming for money and, they debate, well, just because he got barred. I mean, no, it's different. It's way different. You know what I mean? And stuff like that.
It's like you got to have bars now and be able to pass the bar. You got to be smart.
Exactly. So I recently saw an interview. I don't know if it was with Noriega or who, but I watched so many recently. You said a lot of the times you wrote your verses in a car.
Yeah.
Front seat, back seat, just in a car in general.
Yeah, because I mean, you know where I got that from? Me and Ratman's first tour, they put us on a month of the Man tour. No, matter of fact, before that, because Wu-Tang.
Uh-huh.
We were on the road when I was making my album for Def Jam. We were promoting our first album. So a lot of that stuff that I was doing, I did on the road based off the fact that RZA had a flood in his house and everything was gone. All the files, all the music, everything. So I had to start from scratch. Mm-hmm. So I got used to writing in the car, and it just became a thing. Either in the car or on the tour. Okay. Either one.
Wow. And I asked that from a creative.
Yeah, I know a lot of y'all, the acoustics in the bathroom better than the whole house. Trust me.
And as a creative, what did it do for you? And was it some of the best? Like, oh my God, I killed that in the car. Yo, I was in the bathroom, and some of the realest stuff I ever wrote.
I don't know. It's just something about being in motion. I don't know.
And that's what I got right there. Emotion.
Being in motion.
It's because I'm a poet, and I know when I write, I find myself doing the 5 heartbeat, where they were in the room, and like I'm going. Not saying I'm going through the trash physically, but I wrote something from the other day, and like I combined it with something I just wrote minutes ago, and it just worked.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes it come together like that.
The 5 heart, I was like, I do it just like the 5 heart. You know what I mean? And I think that's dope. So I wanted to ask that.
So it's good to ask about the lyrics, especially being a poet yourself. You can understand the nuances or even just the beauty of words.
Exactly.
And how you can use words and bring words to you.
I love words. People like, just words. I said, but me and you are two different persons. I love words. I love how you can dialogue. I love things you can take it to a whole nother level.
Absolutely.
It speaks volumes to me on so many levels. I saw an interview. Of course, I'm talking about the interviews because I want to know. When you say y'all never rehearsed.
No.
So y'all was just some straight stage killers.
Yeah, pretty much. We didn't have...
That's like having fun though, right?
No, we didn't have routines. It's definitely having fun. We go out there to have fun. So it really... sucks when you get on stage and you're giving 110% and the crowd is just standing around watching. It's like, come on, man. It's like, I can't know. How you having fun? I'm having fun up this motherfucker.
Yeah, having fun.
But a lot of times, most of those shows that start off like that, by the time we go on, they having fun.
Right.
Try.
Yes. So would you write first or choose the beat? Because I also saw an interview where you said, when you feeling that beat, everybody quiet and you just writing to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends. No. You know what? I gotta add a beat. I love music. Gotta have the beat. And I've always been a fan of the beat, meaning the bass, the treble, the kick,
And so does that beat inspire
snare.
the writing?
Absolutely. Always rhyme to the beat.
Absolutely. I mean, me personally, I feel the same way about
Well,
it.
poetry, when you have your own melody, and I think it has a lot to do with your heartbeat and the rhythm of your heart. So yeah, that's dope. I always respected poetry, always.
I learned this about myself when I was young. When I wrote poems that somebody could relate to that I actually wasn't experiencing, I started experiencing it. So at an early age, I was like, wait a minute. The power of the tongue, what you put out to the universe is going to come back to you. So I'm the type of person like now if I'm writing, I'm like, you know how some people like, I don't waste rap. I don't waste poetry because those words mean so much and so dear to me that if I'm writing something, it has to be the real stuff I know.
Because it came from a real place.
Exactly. So I don't sit up and write, oh, this could happen. And it's not happening to me because that's dangerous on my end.
Well, we see that in movies all day. But the great fiction writers actually believe the fiction that they're writing. Like, this is their utopia.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
It's about that power of speaking into existence.
Speaking into existence. Yes,
and I'm like, why am I going through this? I'm like, why did you even write that?
You wrote it. There you go.
Okay.
That's why it's always good. You know what? You know what's a lost art form? Not to cut you off. Time capsules. I mean, we all have our little ones, kind of like, you know, when you keep old pictures and things of that nature, but just a time capsule, something, write a note to yourself as a child. Put that motherfucker away for like 30 years.
Yes.
Go back and get it.
But you know what? It's crazy because I've done something like that recently. Where before I graduated doing something, I wrote a letter to myself saying, oh my God, we did it. Here you are. And I kept it in a book. Because, man, I promise you, since you talking about time capsule, it was so challenging, but I knew I was going to get through it. And I'm the type of person that don't give up. I don't care if it's on my last chance or last limb or try. I'm not giving up.
That's how I feel when I find
So my back's against the wall, but I got to keep going because failure's not an option.
Damn right.
You know what I mean?
Damn right. Keep it in motion. Damn right.
That's right.
That's how I feel when I find my old rhyme books and shit.
How do you feel when you find an old rhyme book?
Like, sometimes I can't even catch the rhythm. Like, what was I thinking?
I was like, what did I write? My head writing so bad.
And then I'm like, wow, this shit was trash.
Nah, man, it was a trip. It's to somebody else.
I'm telling you.
But you see your growth though in what you used to write. So I'm my biggest critic. So
I'm telling you right now where I'm at. Look, man, I might just take a bunch of rhymes, put them. What Dave Chappelle said, he said he had a bunch of jokes in the safe.
Oh wow, that's real.
I said, yeah, learn these jokes and trust me, you'll eat for life. I'm gonna put a bunch of rhymes in the safe.
It's crazy because I had like my grandma used back in the days. They had those old overnight briefcases, the ones that look like, and for years I carried around my poetry in it. And I looked like if I lost that was my riches.
But it's something about a briefcase.
And I had it for so many years. I would carry it around with me. And then like one day I misplaced it and I cried. I sobbed because it was like my poetry from the time I first started writing to up to that point. But yeah, it's like gold.
That was yours. That was something you
don't have to be materialistic.
That belonged to you. That's the only part about it.
It was who I was in that briefcase.
There you go.
When you and the Wu was on the rise, do you remember any albums dropping that made you feel like you want to push forward?
Yeah, the second album. Because it was, I can't even remember the process. I know we were in California doing it. It was a lot of, every album after the first one was just, I barely remember the process. It was just a bunch of rhymes on paper, not concentrating, unfocused, arguments, just, you know, I don't know. It's like watching one of those remember those shits behind the music?
Yes.
It was like sitting in the room watching one of those. Yeah, I was sitting in the room watching one of those and shit and just thinking, is this whole thing falling apart? Where we at right now? And when you get in those moments, the best advice I can give a person is, regardless to whether you love the people you're around, you've been around them all your life, you got to take a step back, right? And not analyze them, but analyze yourself and your perspective of who you want to be. and then come back into that moment with them, because now you got your own identity again. You're not part of this chaos anymore. That's all I can say. Just maintain yourself, man. That 10-second count, that ron yom 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 yom, and Angela Bassett shit, that shit worked, baby.
Facts. To answer that question, who was the competition? I know it was out there.
For us?
Yeah,
It
so
was so many dudes, so many. It was so many dudes out there. Even some dudes that didn't even know they was competition, you know? But they were, in our eyes, just as relevant as we were, and still are to this day. Boot Camp Click, you know what I mean? Shit, when the Locks first came, wow, but Locks was threatening everybody. Rough Riders.
artistically speaking.
Yeah, absolutely, artistically speaking. Even Biggie, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Biggie and those dudes, because we was kind of all neck and neck. Nas was a threat. AZ, threat.
Miss something else, y'all.
It was so many dudes. Big L, threat. Man, and little did dudes know, with some other Harlem cats out there that was going to be a future threat. Cameron and Dipset dudes, you know. There's a lot of talent in New York, man. You can never sleep on any one of the 5 boroughs, and you can't even sleep on the upstate places, as far as Yonkers and Westchester and Albany and Poughkeepsie and Buffalo. You know, everybody. The whole New York is just fire.
It is. Now, of all the touring you have done in your whole career, which ones stick out the most with the music, places, and people?
Again, say it again.
Out of all the places, out of all the tours you have done in your career, which ones stick out? And was it the music, the places,
Or the people?
Ooh,
New Orleans. And I ain't even been there that many times. I had to live out there a couple of times when I did movies, but the people. I love New Orleans.
I do too.
Man, they dope. Ain't they big?
I love it. I love the food.
Yes, the food is dope too. But the people is just so, I mean, from the lowest common denominator to the highest, just everybody so. They just a pocket of the South in the South. I love it there, man. That's all I can say.
I love it too.
Yeah.
What tours are most memorable? Ooh.
Overseas mostly. This last tour we did, New York State of Mind tour, because I seen my guys at a level that I had never even imagined. If I wouldn't have saw it, I would have never done it myself. Where these dudes had stylists, you know, what production put together, and a whole stage show. And I was like, we should have been did this, man. This is us right here. This is the kind of level that us as a crew should be at. So I would say that last tour, New York State of Mind with Nas.
Wow.
Yeah. And Nas brings a lot to the table too, man.
Definitely.
Love that dude.
Okay, so as I mentioned, the last time I saw you.
Yes.
And before the last time I saw you, a few more times before that, but the last time that I saw y'all, you was with Redman, and y'all and the Blackout album had just released. Now, lately, Redman has been putting out some crazy bars on social media.
Yeah.
And just want to know, are you guys in the lab together, or is there anything that we can look forward to with you and Redman?
I know I want to see that Muddy Waters too. I want to hear that come out. But Redman, I think Redman is just, you know, we feel like every 6 months you got to smack somebody, so suckers to stand back and remember who you are.
That's real.
I think that's what those bars is about, just to let them know he's
don't get it twisted.
As far as me and Red doing something in the future,
that's how I feel too.
Absolutely,
too.
Yes. As far as me and Doc doing something in the future, yeah, there's always room for us to do anything. People usually book us together anyway, but as far as the project, just me and him, not sure yet because we haven't found the right vehicle, but sooner or later.
I'm super excited, and I made sure when this do pop off, I'm coming to that. I'm coming. I'm gonna bring both of y'all. And this is actually not even on my cards, but this is what the last time I interviewed you, and I told you that it's nothing new. I've heard it before, but when you said to me, when you told me that you You'll never work a hard day in your life doing something that you love to do. And I say this right now to everybody. Follow your dream. Stay inspired. But when he told me that, it resonated within me. Like, profit for passion, doing something I love to do. We can make this work. And I will forever remember that. And so I wanted to say thank you for sharing that with me. Like I said, like I've heard it before. I mean, it's nothing. You didn't make it up, but
Right.
you said it. There I was,
and it
23.
resonated, and that's why. And the first person that ever said that, I'm pretty sure it resonated with that person because it got from my mouth to your ears,
Yeah.
and probably from your mouth to someone.
I say it all the time. Like a Method Man once said.
Fire. Yeah, but that's true to heart right there, man. Because if you love what you do, man, it fulfills you. Especially if you're creative, and that's what you are. You're creative. So, you know, when you look at a masterpiece, first it's a blank slate, and you made that into something. Nothing different than a carpenter who looks at a beat down, run down house that needs renovation, and he turns it into a palace. Crazy, right?
No, that's real.
But that's the vision. That's the eye. That's that creative right there. And once it starts, you can't stop it.
That's true.
You get depressed when you try to.
That's true. Now I have a question for all my artists, upcoming artists. Do you believe that they should have, or they should be in control of their music from top to bottom as far as distribution, royalties, master?
I feel if they can do all that work themselves, then do it. But as far as a record label goes and how that stuff works, I would feel better if the labels more or less rented, for lack of a better word, rented the music. Let us have it for 10 years or 15 years, whatever, what have you. And then after that, you can have your share back, but we're renting it for now.
Right. That makes plenty of sense.
And the trade-off actually is you being able to be seen with this marketing machine that they have. Not only that, you're making money off of shows and things of that nature. And let's say you do get a hit, you got a powerful enough team behind you to make sure that you'll back that up with even more hits. And the next thing you know, 15 years later, you're sitting back like Allen Iverson with his retirement money.
Oh, that's right.
Like, boom.
It's smart.
Very smart.
Thank you.
Very smart.
We appreciate that.
Will they ever do it? Who knows?
Who knows? So when I watched the interview with you and Noriega,
Nori's my dude. Love it.
it was I watched the whole 2-hour interview. It was great.
Right.
But and you mentioned how during the time you were at Def Jam, and you said how you felt you were in a dark place, and how didn't nobody want to go see the 90s music anymore or the show.
It was something more. It was something along the lines, yes.
And you were just saying how you were feeling, and you felt like, or they try to make you feel like you were on your way out.
Yes.
Okay.
They try to make you feel irrelevant.
They try to make you feel like that.
Yeah.
And I wanted to say one thing about that, because I felt that when he said that. A lot of times we go through things in our life where the enemy, negative energies, whatever the case it may be, will have you feeling like you on your way somewhere other than where you know you're going to be going.
Right.
But what I admired about you, you got back in a better place.
Yeah. Took me years, but absolutely.
You never gave up.
Oh.
And when one door closed, not saying your music closed, other doors open.
Yeah, because I knew those people that were doing that to me were liars.
Exactly.
Period.
And when you have favor, when you got that favor, can't no man tell you where you're going, because you've already been chosen.
You're supposed to be.
Exactly.
Right.
And so I start that off with saying, let's get into this acting career of yours, because baby. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Before we get over there, I forgot to show y'all. This is actually the picture.
Look at that, tiny.
This is the picture, y'all.
She's still that big too.
Oh, yeah. So this is the picture we took the last time we saw each other. And you was actually like doing something. So I had to really get the picture of like, can you get a picture real quick? Because I had plenty of pictures with Redman. I'm like, I got to get this picture with Redman.
And that's my man Fatty right
Okay, there. Look. See, I told y'all.
Yeah, it was in there. A lot of us.
It was at the House of Blues that night.
Yes.
Right in front of me.
Yep.
I remember.
Yep.
So back to what I was saying real quick. Let's go ahead and get into this acting career.
Nice.
which, by the way, is extremely successful.
Thank you.
And that's why I did the last one into the music, into your acting career, because
Nice.
it's very inspiring. You know what I mean?
Yes.
People are looking up to you.
Nice.
You're legendary, a living legend. You're inspiring. You're an icon, and you are people idols. What you're doing, it gives people hope. You didn't let society throw you away, or like, oh, you're done, you're washed up. That's none of that. Because when you're chosen and when you're gifted and when you are like the founders, you know, the ones that paved the way for the people.
I knew I had way more to contribute than what I was getting credit for. You know, I knew that from where I came from, people knew what I was capable of.
Absolutely.
So with that being said, when somebody tell me something ain't what it is, but I think something ain't what it is, and I start to believe them, it sucks because I just want to punch people in the face sometimes, and you can't do that shit.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think the best way to retaliate is success. So I will beat you up, punch you in your face with every time you turn on your TV and you hear my voice, or you see my face, or when you go to the movies, you see, or you look at a health magazine and you see me on the cover. That's how I'm going to punch you in your face. And I'm going to make you the biggest liar that ever lied in the fucking world of freaking lying.
Yeah, I always say, your biggest revenge is your success. You can show them that.
Yes.
You can tell them.
Yes, but then, and not to just put blame where some of it is, also myself not taking good care of myself mentally as well as physically. So I had to start there first, because there was a reason why people would even think this about you. When you don't value yourself, people won't value you either. But sometimes people overprice themselves to the point where they think that you're delusional or you have delusions of grandeur. I know what my value is, and I'm not going to let anyone tell me, anything different. And when I pushed to have my own, I had to find a space to find my own first. Health was the first thing. Mental stability was after that. And third was, well, let me show these motherfuckers I'm talented.
That part.
And I think I was lucky enough to be able to be put in a space where I could achieve some of that stuff, because it wasn't done by myself. Shauna Guard, my manager, stayed with me. My lawyer, Amy, stuck with me through all those years. Didn't have Courtney Kemp at 50 check for a brother and had me brought in on a successful series that they had already had, put on a spinoff. And not to play a thug, but a lawyer. Super grateful, man.
That's blessing.
For real, super grateful.
Okay, so what I want to ask you, I heard the interview with Noriega. And I also heard the one with Essence, and I also heard one, it's a few more I heard.
Yeah.
But these ones I'm leaning more towards, because it was just really like, yeah, he got to really do his thing up in that interview. And it was the people, maybe it was the vibe. I don't know, but it was dope. And you was at a point where it's like, to me, I looked at it like where you was walking out from one going into your next big bang. And how you say you didn't have a plan, and you went to LA, and you went to your manager's house, slept on her. You didn't have it. You just booked, you didn't get a rental car, no hotel. You slept on her couch for a month and a half and just
grinded. Period. Went on auditions. I mean, I was
You said 3 to 4 auditions a week, right?
2 times, yes, Lord.
Okay. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about these things that we don't get to see behind the scenes.
But you know what? It was Method Man that got me in that door. So I knew that I can propel, or better yet, get myself in a space being Method Man. So yeah, I mean, when I went to LA, it was like, yo, I did some acting stuff, but that's not good enough. I have to do the work. I gotta really take some classes. I gotta show that I'm serious about what I'm doing, because like I said, there are so many actors out there that are thoroughly trained, went to school for it, and are waiting on tables right now, but they have so much fucking talent that no one's giving them a chance yet.
That's true. And to add to what you said, it was just so much more.
Yeah.
It was an interview with, is it Rich Eisen?
Rich Eisen. Yeah, that's my
You
dude.
said this. Actually, I was going to start this off by saying time is everything.
Yeah.
You said time is everything. You said that in an interview that you did with Rich Eisen.
Eisen. Yeah.
And you said that all it takes is just one time to be late and you can be canceled just like that.
Just like that. Yep.
And then you said you went in the next week and you was murdered.
That's real bad. That one,
I didn't expect he was going to say that. I heard.
I was a big fan of that show too. So to be fired and then rehired to be killed,
Yes,
I was honored.
but you know what? I had to bring that up because a lot of times us as people, we be thinking we'll have more than one shot.
Yeah, and that might be it. You're right.
And we're like, y'all, take that one shot that you got and just go crazy with it. Because all it takes is just one shot. Some people don't
said
even
lose yourself. That's what you better do. You better lose yourself.
He said he got rehired just for him to go back and they murdered him off the show.
Yes, they did. They don't play. Don't
But
play
you
with
learned
their
from
money.
that, though.
Yes. Don't play with people's money. I definitely learned that lesson.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. That was awesome that you kept it real. We wouldn't have known that.
Telling you.
Thank you for sharing that because that's motivating.
Absolutely.
If somebody told me a long time ago all you did is one shot, I'm like, really? But yeah. That's what you get if you get that.
Yes, well.
Okay, so this is great. I love how this is going. The fact that you never gave up.
Right.
The fact that you climbed out and got yourself together is what's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
In the midst of your journey, you said the health, you said just taking care of yourself.
Yes.
How important did that play?
Well, it takes a lot of people know it takes a lot of discipline to go to the gym every day, and not just go to the gym, but excel at bringing your body to its peak, or getting your body to a point where it wants to quit, but it keeps going.
Yeah,
that takes a lot of work. So I'm like, if I could have that kind of discipline, like I see some of these fitness people, I know I could do this. And the days that I didn't want to go are the days that I really went. And I didn't even have to push hard. I pushed enough to the point where now when I push hard, I can push harder.
that's good.
Shit is dope. Pause, by the way, pause. Blah, blah. But that right there just set the trend for everything else after that.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, so I have that kind of discipline. Let's see what other kind of discipline I have. And then it just started going into my writing.
It's a mental, right?
It definitely is. And it's a state of mind that anyone can put themselves into if they just say, I want better than this.
Yeah.
I want better.
I agree. Okay. So back to when I was saying you just never gave up and that's very inspiring. In an interview with Noriega, you said that you went to the audition for the role of Davis McLean.
McLean. Yeah.
Power Book 2.
Yeah.
And you said when you went there, you felt like you didn't work. Or you felt like you didn't.
Yeah.
You felt like you didn't get it.
Yeah. I'm always in my head like that, and honestly, I don't know too many actors that love auditions. So some do, but I'm one of the guys that I'm on the fence about it. But you always want to give your best. But you don't ever want to approach an audition saying, you want to go to an audition saying, y'all should hire me. Trust me, I'm your best.
Trust and believe.
I am your best choice, not hire me. Don't go there wanting a job. Go there knowing you got the job.
Absolutely.
Right. And even then, walking into that, it was just the whole lawyer thing was intimidating to me. I don't care how much research you do and all that, it never prepares you for what it's actually going to be. So I'm glad I was prepared. But being in my own head in that audition seat right there, what I didn't know was I had already had the job. To some people in that room, they already had their pick, so I was good.
Tell me about the character.
Davis.
Oh my God. It's like, I know it's Method Man, but I don't even I see David.
And that's the crazy part, because half of the first season, it was people, it was either laugh emojis or they think Method Man trying to be a lawyer. It was Method Man lawyer, Method Man lawyer, Method Man lawyer. Method Man cringe, Method Man. I'm just looking at this shit and I'm like, okay. Okay, we'll see. We'll see as it goes on and shit. Because to me, I'm like, I was up there. I was doing my fucking thing. These people made me feel so comfortable. There was no uncomfortable days like I usually feel when I'm acting.
How did you conquer it?
By the 6th episode, that's when it was like, this Davis McLean motherfucker. It wasn't Method Man no more. It was Davis McLean. And I was like, ha, got you.
Gotcha. And you did that. Like, I listened to how your tones, the dialogue, and like the way you say, I was like, yo.
Yes.
But just know, ooh, and I feel it. I'm getting goosebumps. So much more is coming because
it is. And the crazy thing is, even with the dialogue, it's you just gotta. People say it's my job application, boys, but call it what you want to call it. It's enunciation. That's what it is.
Absolutely. And with that being said, since we were talking about Davis McLean, I actually first I want to say, y'all, I don't know if this man knows.
She had the bang and shit.
I sure did. I don't know if he know or not, but you got the whole internet in a chokehold. Like and I say this from the people. I speak for the people. So I'm on the Instagrams and on the Facebook, and I got people that I grew up with or I used to work with when I lived in different cities. And so that's a community right there. Yeah. And who I see up and down my timeline, not just the older women, not just women my age, women my nieces in them age. So I'm like, that's just getting hip of who you are.
Yeah,
and
they don't know our rap somehow.
And then when I say you got the choke up, women out here have self-proclaimed you the sexiest man alive. I'm like, no, like seriously. I brought some pictures that
they caught me on a Sunday morning, that's for sure.
And I brought some pictures, and I want to go ahead while they keep on. They are out here comparing this man with whoever. This is just one of the ones that I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and print these up, and I'm gonna let him see. Okay. So I'm gonna show them to you. And people talking about me.
Let me see this first one. Okay, yo, this is Big Bro right here.
I know.
Oh, man. Wow, I didn't see this. LL, they can't do this. This is out of bounds. No.
But I don't really think it's nothing a jab towards LL. I think it's the fact that they are really just trying to compare you to somebody because they don't have.
That might be a jab to me. They put me up against that nigga to go right there. It's like, why would they do that?
But then it's the comment. And in the comments, it's the comments for me. The comments are all, oh, it's Method. I've even commented a few times like, y'all, come on now.
Different. This is like, yo, this is Big Bro, right? I know what you're saying.
I'll show the first one.
That is Big Bro right there, man. I ain't going for that, man.
I see your wife on there.
You know what I mean?
What? Bam.
I ain't even know what I'm talking about. Hey, man, nah, man.
And then,
go, bro.
Since we've been having these discussions about, your health journey.
Yeah. Now he got this one. Look at that. He got that. He was on his lean.
But they feel like
that's lean.
So he is Big Bro, but they feel like you just like they doing the.
Yeah, I get it. I understand. But this dude, like, this is like when I was a shorty, like this dude was what y'all think Drake is? Come on, man. The L still here, man. Love. Right. He got that one too. L got that. Why would they do that? He got the NAACP. That's dope. He got 2 Grammys. Nice. This is well deserved. I wonder if he got his star on the Walk of Fame yet. He should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame by now.
He should be, definitely.
Definite. Damn, LL. This nigga, you the boss.
And then this one right here, this was the latest one. Because I'm seeing it everywhere. You're part of the algorithm, for sure.
Yeah, I'm good with the shirt on.
So, yes. So, that's what I'm saying. You got the internet in the chokehold, especially the ladies. It's all ages. It's the older women my age, younger women. So, you're definitely doing your thing.
Big time flattered. They
was like, he's the sexiest man alive. I said, well, when they have that award show, I want to be right there in the front. Right here with the Bossie Collective. Okay?
Salute.
Yeah. So,
I appreciate it, ladies. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Okay. Oh, this is a phenomenal question. So I grew up in a family, like my mother loved Marvel. She loved comics. And after shout out to my big brother DeMarco Casey, because he's
What up, DeMarco?
Yes, he's one of the first black owners of a comic book store.
Nice.
It's called Revenge of the Nerds.
I love that. He's a blurred like me. Black nerds.
Yes.
Salute.
And like I said, like my questions are part of the collective, and it's my family. And so shout out to my brother Paul, Clinton, and my little brother Frederick and DeMarco. And it's family's love. But we speak for the people, because these questions I'm asking is not just from, us, but I'm sure somebody else have that same type of mind. They want to know.
Said, yes, ma'am.
You once said you wanted to play Bishop in X-Men. Is that still a goal of yours?
That was tacky of me to do that. Let me just say that first and foremost. I've never seen anyone get the part that pined to get the part on a public platform like I did. With that being said, I think that they had a Bishop that would be perfectly fine to use again. Omar Say.
Yeah.
He's dope. I just did a movie with him. Or they can go younger, and there's a plethora of black actors, young black actors out there that could definitely pull off this Bishop role. Me, I wouldn't say no if I was offered, but that's so far-fetched.
Okay, so are there any other Marvel characters that you would like to play?
Yeah, absolutely. Blue Marvel, he comes to mind. You know? Isaiah Washington, the original Captain America.
Okay, nice.
That's a dope story. Maybe a one-off with that. That would be fire right there. Matter of fact, he was featured in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. The old guy that he went to go visit. Okay. Yeah, that's a thought as well. I don't know.
Now, since we're doing this Marvel and comics, and I saw a TikTok video where you said comics taught you how to think outside the box. That's dope. And like, honestly, like my mother and them like the comics, but I was the only girl out of 4 boys, so I wasn't really studying too many comics. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a few of them that I did read, because how could I not be into it, because I was raised in the house. Right. But you said that Marvel's lived in real neighborhoods.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I was like, that's crazy.
You would go outside and you would think, well, where's Spider-Man at?
Right.
And you're looking for the Baxter building when you're outside. But the thing about Marvel comics is the fact that they were, of course, they're fantasy, but was based in real places. That I think that was a major part of why it resonated with so many kids in my neighborhood.
Wow. I thought that was dope, because, people love comics. My brother is definitely a nerd. That's why he called it Revenge of the Nerds. And then I heard in the interview that your coach, your acting coach.
Yeah. For them
Larry Scott.
Larry B. Scott.
Yeah, Larry B. Scott. And like, I was like, that's dope, because my brother's like, he loved the movie. That's why they named it.
Larry's a piece of work, boy. He's good at what he does. If you guys really want to, learn some shit, book Larry. He's good at what he does. Tasha Smith Workshop.
Yo, I appreciate you coming out.
You already know.
My boy, pick over pick.
Said you were her and I'm down there.
Period. And the same thing that you said in one of the interviews, you said, and I'll say, just because it is the Bossie collectives, as a collective, you'll never see anything like this ever again. I promise you. Quoted Method Man, because I am the Bossie collective. I want to give a huge shout out to my family, my cousins, Tristan and Tiana, my auntie Bula, my brothers, Clint, Paul, DeMarco. I want to give shout out to my fans, to my friends. I want to give a shout out to this man right here. You're very inspiring, very motivating.
Thank you.
You're a living legend.
I appreciate it. Don't forget the hubby and them babies.
All right. Shout out to my family, of course. Wow. Shout out to everybody. And also, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You already know this is mine, right?
That's yours.
Appreciate you. This is dope. What's up, y'all? This is Method Man right here, and I'm holding it down with Bossie Marcy on Trust and Believe Talk Radio.